More than 20,000 men set sail for war. None returned, no survivors, no shipwrecks, no graves. Just a silence deep as the sea. The greatest naval invasion the world had ever seen. Vanished without a trace. What force could erase an entire empire's fleet overnight? I am Clio, keeper of the archives. In this quiet place, we collect stories time tried to forget. And tonight, I invite you to journey with me across the sea winds of 1281, when the mighty Kublai Khan sent thousands to conquer Japan. And the ocean answered with a storm the world would never forget. Let us begin. In the 13th century, the world trembled beneath the hooves of an empire without equal. The Mongol Empire, born from the fury of Genghis Khan, stretched from the cold steppes of Russia to the sands of Arabia, from the walls of Vienna to the eastern edge of the world. But it was not Genghis who would push the empire further. It was his grandson, Kublai Khan. Kublai Khan was not only a conqueror, but a builder of cities, a patron of scholars, a ruler who dreamed not just of land, but of legacy. And in that dream, he turned his gaze to the island nation of Japan. The first attempt came in 1274. Kublai, confident in the strength of his forces, sent around 900 ships carrying 15,000 Mongol and Chinese soldiers and an additional 8,000 Korean troops toward the shores of Kyushu, Japan's southernmost main island. The Japanese samurai, though fierce, were unprepared for the Mongols' coordinated assault tactics. The sound of thunderous drums, the organized wave attacks, the use of early gunpowder explosives. But then, after only a day or two of fighting, a powerful storm rose over the sea. Many of the Mongol ships were light river vessels, not built for the ocean's fury. Dozens were destroyed, hundreds drowned. The survivors retreated. Japan remained untouched. It should have ended there, but for Kublai, failure was not a lesson, it was a challenge. Seven years later, in 1281, he returned. Kublai ordered the construction of the largest naval invasion in history, a fleet of over 4,400 ships, with more than 140,000 men aboard. 2 separate armadas were launched, one from China, one from Korea. Their mission was to converge near Japan and crush it under overwhelming force. But things did not go to plan. The Korean fleet arrived early. and had to wait. Days passed, then weeks. The heat of the Japanese summer crept in. Food spoiled. Disease spread. Still, the Second Fleet did not arrive. And then the storm came. A massive typhoon, a swirling wall of wind and sea, struck the Mongol fleet with unrelenting fury. Thousands of ships splintered like driftwood. Some were crushed against the coast. Others were pulled into the open sea, capsizing with every wave. The screams of men and the crash of warships vanished beneath the rain and thunder. It was so sudden, so powerful, that the Japanese believed it was no accident. They named it the Kamikaze, divine wind, a sacred force sent by the gods to protect their homeland. It became a legend, a miracle. An entire fleet erased. Tens of thousands of soldiers gone. And for over 700 years, their fate remained a mystery beneath the waves. For centuries, the story of the lost fleet was wrapped in myth. A divine wind, a miracle, a curse. But in the early 1980s, history began to whisper again. Off the coast of Takashima, divers searching beneath layers of sand and silt discovered something strange. A barnacle-covered anchor, then fragments of wooden hull, then weapons, swords, helmets, iron plates, sunken, rusted, silent. What they found was not just shipwreck debris, but the remains of a massive naval force right where ancient records claimed it had vanished. Archaeologists and historians were stunned. More than 4,000 artifacts have been recovered since, including Chinese bronze mirrors, Yuan dynasty coins, and long-buried human bones. The wreckage was dated back to the late 13th century, and at last, the myth became memory, and the memory became evidence. The sea had kept its secret long enough, and now, piece by piece, it was letting it go. The story of Kublai Khan's lost fleet would echo far beyond its time. In Japan, the idea of the kamikaze, the divine wind, became a symbol of sacred protection. Centuries later, during World War II, the term would be revived under much darker skies, when desperate young pilots gave their lives in suicide missions, believing they were once again the wind sent by the gods. History, like the sea, can be calm or cruel. It can protect. it can destroy, and sometimes it leaves no answer, only the weight of silence. Some stories are loud, written in blood, carved in stone. Others are swallowed by the sea, but still they wait in salt and silt, in rusted iron and forgotten bones, for someone to remember them. Thank you for walking with me through this storm-swept chapter of time. I'm Clio, keeper of the archives, and there are many more stories waiting in the quiet. Until next time, may the wind be gentle and the past remain close.